I've had so many shopping regrets because I used to buy whatever I liked, whether if it was a Chanel bag or a random knickknack. Even though I was never in debt, I wasted so much money on things that I didn't even put to use. In the last few years, however, I've been spending very mindfully, and thanks to the changes I've made, I'm living a much more relaxing life because, first of all, I'm not overspending. Secondly, my wardrobe makes so much more sense. And thirdly, I have so much more time for myself. Today, I'm sharing 10 essential questions that you should ask yourself before buying anything, whether it is a designer bag, a nice pair of shoes, or everyday basics. These will help you avoid regretful purchases, save money, and build a wardrobe and a life that you truly love. The very first question to ask yourself is, do I have the space for it? There's a reason why people say, out of sight, out of mind. If you don't have easy access to something, you'll feel very put off just to go through the trouble to look for it. With time, you might even forget that you have this item. So before you buy another handbag or another pair of jeans, make sure your closet is not already bursting at the seams. Question number 2 to ask yourself before buying anything is, can I afford it without any guilt? If you don't have the cash for it, don't buy it. I'm a true believer that when you take care of your priorities in life first, that's when you can truly enjoy the non-discretionary things that you purchase. For example, if you don't have an emergency fund and you haven't been planning for your future, buying a $10,000 Chanel bag really isn't the best decision. Like Warren Buffett said, if you keep buying things that you don't need, soon you have to sell the things you do. The older I get, the more I realize that looking flashy and trying to impress other people really are not that important. Question number 3 to ask yourself before buying anything is, will I regret not buying it? Now, I have bought a lot of things because of FOMO or the fear of missing out. But I had also missed out on certain things, either because they were sold out or I just wasn't in the position to buy them. However, looking back, I cannot recall one thing that I regret missing out on. You see, when you're caught in the heat of the moment, it's so easy to lose perspective. You might feel like you must buy this thing because you won't ever come across anything better again. But the reality is, if you somehow manage to walk away from it, you might soon forget about it. In fact, I would like to invite you to reflect on the last 10 years of your life. I'm inclined to think most people might regret about things like not saving up more or spending more time with friends and family, but not many people will regret about not buying a certain consumer's product. But please let me know. Now, I'm not suggesting to never buy anything again, but let's be real. We all have commitments in life, so if this is not the best time for you to buy something, just know that it's okay and that in time, you won't feel like you've missed out on anything major. Question number 4 to ask yourself before paying for anything is, can I wait? Waiting is essential, especially if you're talking about buying anything non-discretionary, because ultimately, you don't need it urgently. Personally, I like to wait for at least 24 hours, even when I'm buying fairly inexpensive things. For example, a secondhand book, because it's not just the money I'm worried about. I'm also thinking about things like, do I want it in my home? Do I need it? Or will it become a piece of clutter in the soon future? In terms of designer pieces or anything for my wardrobe, I tend to wait even longer. The last luxury item I bought was a pair of Gentle Monster sunglasses, and I waited a few years before I finally made the purchase. Other times, waiting could also mean you can buy something at a discount. So, for example, if you know something will go on sale on Black Friday, maybe it's worth waiting just a bit longer to make some savings. Question number 5 is, do I have something similar? Now, if you have a lot of similar items that you don't use and you're now looking for more, that is a flashing warning sign. In my case, I'm always really attracted to handbags in bright red color. I'm not sure what it is, but I just love looking at them. In fact, I even bought a Chanel wallet on chain and a Celine nano bag in a bright red color. But did I ever use them? Not really. But even then, I kept looking for more because I thought I just hadn't come across the perfect one. But the truth is, I just find red handbags to be very tricky to style, so the answer is not to search for more, but to stop searching. I think nowadays, we tend to see shopping as the only way to solve all our problems, but rather than constantly looking outward, maybe it's time to look inward because our wardrobe will give us a lot of clues about what we should and shouldn't buy. Question number 6 to ask yourself before buying something is, will this item go with my existing wardrobe? The way I think everyone should build a functional wardrobe is, first of all, by having a collection of solid building block pieces. And I'm referring to the very simple everyday items like a great pair of jeans, plain t-shirts and jumpers, your everyday shoes, and the handbag you carry the very most. Everything else you buy should complement these core pieces. They should be able to add to them and make them look more exciting. And you shouldn't feel like you need to revamp your entire wardrobe just to make this one new item work. This is especially the case for high-ticket items like fine jewelry and luxury handbags. For most people, owning a massive collection of these items is not realistic anyway, so it's really important that we go for something that is cost-effective. For example, a pair of earrings that you can wear every single day, or a versatile handbag that you can style with all your outfits, rather than a pair of high heels that you only get to wear on special occasions. Question number 7 is, are you buying this item for yourself or your fantasy self? If you're working a 9-to-5 job, you most likely don't need a very extensive wardrobe. You see, I used to think my life was so boring compared to what I saw on social media because wherever I looked, everyone was having a good time and going to fancy events. So what happened was, I started buying things that I didn't even get to wear because I was working 6 days a week. Whereas now, my life is still very simple, but I've learned to embrace and enjoy it. I no longer aspire to living a life that's not mine, and because of that, I only buy things that can actually serve my needs and lifestyle. On that note, I really encourage you to honor your own journey. So let's say if you're at the stage of your life where you really need to hustle, then it makes sense to have a very simple wardrobe. And if you're someone who loves staying home, then it's okay to not own any fancy dresses. Whatever lifestyle you choose, you want to make sure your wardrobe can support you on the path you're walking. Question number 8 is, can I care for this item that I'm interested in buying? Now, everything we buy needs some kind of maintenance in the long run. A winter jacket will need dry cleaning, jewelry will need polishing, and a cashmere jumper will need hand washing, steaming, and occasional depeeling. All these activities take time, energy, and money. And of course, the more you own, the more work you have on your hands. This is why I'm very mindful when it comes to adding new pieces to my wardrobe because I don't want to spend all my time looking after my things. Life is too short, so I recommend building a timeless wardrobe with pieces that you love wearing again and again. Care for them when the time is right and go enjoy your life. Question number 9 to ask yourself is, what is the opportunity cost if I buy this item? Basically, when you spend money on a purchase, you're essentially missing out on something else. For example, you could either buy a Louis Vuitton handbag, or you could use that money to go on a vacation, invest in the stock market, start a small business, or invest in your own personal growth. The choices are endless. I personally love looking at opportunity costs when I do my shopping because it really helps me keep my priorities. For example, between buying another Hermes BIRKIN bag and investing in the Hermes stocks, I will choose investing because future planning for me is way more important than owning yet another handbag. And I do this even for the small ticket, non-discretionary items because, as you know, even small expenses can really add up. And I find that when I navigate my spending with opportunity costs, I don't feel like I'm depriving myself when I choose not to buy something because I know I'm doing what's best for me and my family. Question number 10 to ask yourself is, Am I trying to impress other people with this purchase? I've spoken about this before, but no one really cares about the car we drive, the phone we use, and the handbag we carry because everyone is too busy with their own lives and problems. So don't bother trying to impress other people by buying things that you don't need. There you have it. Those are the 10 questions you can ask yourself before buying anything. If you want to shop smarter, save money, build a functional wardrobe, and enjoy your life. That's it from me today. Thank you for being here. Take care, and I will see you soon.